Welcome to Unveiling Sickle Cell Beyond the Pain. This is a talk show dedicated to enhancing and improving the lives of sickle cell warriors and their families. Today, you'll hear firsthand from two powerful young women about how they managed to survive and thrive with sickle cell while navigating school and work. Angelique and Ashley Wilson are young warriors, both navigating the working world while living with sickle cell disease, and they're also twins. Angelique has a passion for acting and journalism and also is blessed to be a brand new mom. Ashley has worked as a substitute media teacher and a government contract specialist and also has a passion for acting. And they will be here today to talk about managing work, school, and life while living with sickle cell disease. Welcome to you both.
I know the questions in your mind. Sickle cell beyond the pain. Now I believe that I can get through anything. Past the touch, now you can unveil. Sickle cell beyond the pain.
Hi, twins.
Hey.
I'm so excited you guys are here.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
Oh, wow. And y'all sound so much alike. The same laugh, the same face. But I know your part. I have a secret of knowing your part. I want to know if you guys know what my secret is.
Is it the mole?
Nope.
It's like the demeanor.
No?
She's like a slightly darker.
Nope.
No.
Her face is a little slender and your face is more
Oh,
round.
yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, your voice, everything else is the same. So I'm just excited. So you're Ashley and you're
Yes.
Angelique.
Yes.
And so you guys are unbelievable. You're young warriors, but you both live with sickle cell disease.
Yes.
So this is an opportunity for you to really talk about it and really have people understand what you go through about navigating work and school, your everyday life. And so I'm gonna start with you, Ashley.
Okay.
Tell me first, what type of sickle cell do you have?
So I have sickle cell SS,
Okay.
which is like the highest gene of sickle cell there is.
Okay.
So I go through plenty of crises. It seems like out of the year, I guess this year I've been the most stressed, but between us, I go through more crises in general, like since we grew up. So
Okay. So what do you contribute more crisis to? What do you attribute that to? Why are you having more?
So what I'm starting to think is stress.
Okay.
Has been a thing. When I was younger, like I said, I couldn't really control it.
Okay.
But since, I don't know, last year and this year moving out on my own and just trying to establish myself and be like an adult, I think that it's taken over me. And, I think stress is it. My doctor thinks so as well, so.
Okay. Well, I can totally relate to that stress. I've had a medical issue myself before because of stress, and so I can relate. And so then, Angelique, tell us, what type of sickle cell do you have?
I have sickle cell SS as well.
Okay.
Being an identical twin.
Yes.
We got the same thing of everything. And so, but I would say, I don't know, like growing up, we both had crises, but mine was a little more controlled.
Okay.
And more situation based as well. These days, I probably get a crisis maybe at least once a year.
Oh, wow. That is incredible. Once a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think what caused her to have more crisis than me was when we were 6, she had the stroke.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We
Because-
heard about that earlier from one of our Jackie George, our hemoglobinopathy counselors, and she was talking about strokes. And so, wow, okay. I didn't know that. So now we do.
Mm.
So then tell me, what is it like trying to navigate work and school?
You want to start with school or work? Okay, I'll start with school since we started with school.
Okay.
So growing up with sickle cell in school, it was bittersweet for me personally. I would say just not being able to do everything my friends could do. If we were going outside and it was too cold, of course I'm extra bundled up, or sometimes teachers would say, "Oh, your mom said you have to stay in. It's too cold for you to go outside. You got to do indoor recess." So that always would make you feel like a certain way, or even if it's too hot, just making sure like while my friend's still playing, I'm still gotta go check in and get some water, or even sometimes stay in again if it's way too hot. So I know kids probably looking confused, like, why you gotta keep doing that? What's going on? And so I would say just trying to do that is kind of confusing as a child. But at the same time, I still pretty much was able to live a normal life. I still did sports for the most part, still had a lot of good friends. My crisis, like I said, even then probably was here and there. I did miss a lot of school due to being sick, but it wasn't like too crazy to the point that it was affecting me. Like I think I did pretty good in school for the most part, but I think teachers really didn't understand. Like with sickle cell, you can sometimes, I don't know if it's the brain sometimes of being a little delayed or was it just the missing school, but like it's so hard to sometimes just focus. Like my brain can just zone out. So even when it came to like a tutor, it's like one-on-one didn't help. I'm gonna fall asleep in your face. Like I would really just fall asleep in the tutor's face, and they'd be like, they'll be real kind, rubbing my back, like, okay, well, here's a snack, here's some water. And that's when I get up, like, okay.
So then, Ashley, what was it like for you? What was your experience in school?
So I feel like my experience was completely different. First of all, being a twin, automatically people compare.
Right.
So it's like that comparison thing. I think that's why I dealt with like more esteem issues. Because it was always the thing. They're like, oh, well, who's a sick twin? And who, like, why are you always out? Like, so I guess that would get me and make me feel like less than of a person or like less capable. And it was just like trying to explain to, as a child, like I can't explain, I'm just sick all the time. Like, it's called sickle cell and I would try to explain it, but it's just like when you're so young, you barely even know what it is yourself. You just know that your parents teach you you're different from the rest, so you have to do things that everybody can't do. So I would say that, and also even it was challenging having adults that you would think treat you a certain way dealing with these type of things, but it was even hard as far as teachers treating us differently, especially me. Like I know there was two incidents where my mom had to come up to the school because I know one time my teacher, she talked about me in front of the whole class.
Ooh.
I came in the door and everybody was just silent. I was like, what happened? And then one of my best friends, she was like, the teacher was talking about you.
Wow.
So I just instantly, start crying. I'm like, what'd she say? Like, I told my mom. My mom, she went off. She didn't play those games. And, it's just like, that was a challenge. And even as far as, like she said, like, not being on the same, I guess being on the same level as you're supposed to in the classroom. So it's like teachers get frustrated and they would label us out. And, I don't like how they do the singling out. Like, maybe they should create different strategies, even though we're supposed to, I guess, separate the ones who don't know by a certain level. But it's like kids see that.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
And guess what? We're going to come right back to that after this quick message, okay?
Okay.
We're going to take a commercial break, but I'm coming right back.
Okay.
So thank you guys. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with you. Thank you for coming back. So Ashley, Angelique, thank you so much for your openness and sharing. But we were talking before we went to break about how you felt in school. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you feel, both of you guys being in school, that the school system was educated about sickle cell? Did they really understand sickle cell? Your teachers, your friends, anybody talk about it?
No.
Any seminars, webinars, anything that was going on?
No.
Wow.
No. We talked about it a little bit. What was that, biology?
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
In like middle school, we went
Okay.
over it, and I know some of my friends were like, "Oh, look, we're talking about sickle cell."
Oh, wow.
So it'll be like the friends who know, but
Okay.
it wasn't like a major topic. It was
Okay.
just like
And it was something that I feel like in my personal experience, it was like something that, you know, it was a assignment for a day. Next day we're on to something else. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't feel like it was much knowledge, and I don't feel like the teachers knew much, or even like sometimes the nurses. And I feel like that even as an adult with the doctors or nurses, you know, you're constantly telling them what to do and how to treat your body. So
Right.
I don't know.
Right. So let's talk about work. I know it's challenging, right?
yeah,
And I want to start with you, Ashley. Tell me about work.
I could talk on this topic all day. But since I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, I would say it's been the most stressful. And they say it's like a worker state in Georgia. But I know I'm used to being young, independent, just on my own, as far as having my own income. But when I moved here, I had like a manager. She was actually the regional, and we went back after COVID. And I told her that I had to call out for different doctor's appointments. We were short staffed. I had the time, but she didn't approve it because of the staffing. So I just kind of had my note in place, talked to her about it. And it was kind of unfortunate because she would make it seem like she understood where I was coming from. You know, she was acting like she related to me. She explained she had a best friend with sickle cell, but she would also try to downplay it like, oh, well, since you can't make it, have you ever thought about retail? Or I'm like, I don't want to do retail. Like I was in banking at the time. I was like, I'm trying to move my way up. I don't, you know, that's good for people that's in retail, but that's not what I want to do. Like, you know, I had a couple of jobs where I've been fortunate enough to have understanding managers or people that were higher up to work with me, until I feel like the last couple of years, I haven't been able to keep a job.
Wow.
I've lost several jobs, even trying to even go out to get a job. No one is working with me. I've been that's actually added to different stress and crisis. So
For sure. Because they're looking at your resume, you have all these different jobs that you've had. Then they want to know, you know, why you have so many different jobs, right? Well, I'm having different jobs because you keep firing me because I'm out because I'm having a sickle cell crisis or in the hospital, right? So I'm sure. I'm so sorry. So Angelique, tell me your experience in the work environment. And I know out of the two of you guys, like Ashley was saying that she actually have more crisis. So what has it been like for you?
Well, with me, like I said, I think the work life is totally different beast. You think the school don't understand? No, there's, you know, it's just like pediatrics. They're still more lenient with you.
Okay.
Versus work life is like, okay, I don't care. You're going to be replaced by tomorrow. Whether you got sickle cell or not, you could be on your deathbed.
Wow.
I just feel like, you know, I have managers, you know, the office are really cold sometimes. They don't understand, okay, I can't be in this environment. Well, you got to get a heater. If you want a heater, you got to get that approved.
Wow.
How long does that take to get approved? I don't know, because I got to go through this person, through that person, even, or if it's too hot, like, it's just, they're not knowing when you do have to leave early, take time. Like, they don't, you know, do you have the leave to take the time? If you don't have the leave, you...
Right, what if you exhausted all your leave?
Wow.
Or it's just like they look at you like you're being dramatic or something. Like,
Exactly.
Because you don't look sick. You know, that's the thing with sickle cells. Like, you don't look sick.
Wow.
Oh, you look fine. Like, you look cute. I hate when people say that. Like, I mean, what does that have to do with like what I'm going through? So I don't know.
And you guys are beautiful. I can understand for a person that's not educated when they look at you. You guys are gorgeous.
Thank
So I
you.
can see why they're saying,
We're
oh,
gorgeous.
you know. But I understand the ignorance of people as well. And so it kind of breaks my heart just to hear the hardship you're going through. I feel like, you know, it's on this hamster wheel, right? I get a job, I get sick, I get fired. I get a job, I get sick, I get fired. So it just keep going in this circle. And so we have some work to do. Will you guys agree?
Yes.
We have to make sure that people know that there is a problem. There's a problem with employers. There's a problem with school. There's a problem inside the hospital. So just share for me, and I know we're wrapping up, but just share with me your experience in the hospital. How do they treat you when you're there?
I don't know. I would say fair. I mean, this year, I feel like the last couple of months, it's to the point where I know the whole staff.
Wow.
So I'm fortunate enough to know who to talk to. And I've been so heavy on being an advocate of myself. I'm like, if I don't like anything or feel like I'm being treated unfairly, I'm saying something. Like, I had a nurse who even told me that I was being dramatic because she push my medicine in too fast. And instantly I just start like hallucinating. I'm like,
Okay.
this has never happened before. And it was something as small as like nausea medicine. So I knew that I normally never have a reaction to that. So she told me that I was being dramatic. She was assisting another nurse. So she said, well, we have to go. We have other people to attend to. So I said, you want to leave me in here like this? She said, you'll be okay.
Wow.
I said, okay. You know, instantly just wrote a report, asked for the charge nurse. And I will like to encourage sickle cell patients or anybody who's going through these type of things where you're constantly hospitalized to say something, you know, not just settle for those nurses and being treated unfairly, because it's not fair. So, and it's not normal.
We keep hearing that. Speak up, say something. Because
Yeah.
many sickle cell warriors don't want anyone to know that they have disease. They won't want to speak up. And it's because they feel like nobody cares. But I want you all to know, we do care. I thank you so much, you know, for coming in and sharing your story. You know, we want to hear more from you because it's so important what you guys are going through. So let's go and find out what Blaze is on the street doing. So let's look over here. Blaze, what you out there doing? What are people saying about sickle cell?
We are here on the Atlanta Beltline, and I have who with me?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. This is Did You Know, the show to test what you know about sickle cell.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
All
You
right.
get them right, you walk away with some Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
You get them incorrect, you still gonna walk away with some Chick-fil-A.
Okay, okay.
All right, true or false?
Okay.
Hear the question, just ponder on it a little bit, and you give me your answer.
I got you.
All right, Kaylee. How confident are you?
I'm gonna say a 5.
A 5.
A 5.
Okay. Sickle cell disease affects only people of African descent. True or false?
False.
Woo-hoo, she said, you see that face? She was confident in that one. That is correct.
Okay.
2 more questions.
All right.
Early diagnosis of sickle cell disease has no particular importance. True or false?
Wait, repeat it again.
Don't listen to her.
I know I'm listening.
Early diagnosis of sickle cell disease has no particular importance. So basically, I'll break it down for you. You finding out that your child has sickle cell early does not matter. True or false?
False.
False is correct. 1 more question.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Pregnant women with sickle cell disease have a higher risk of miscarriages and premature births. True or false?
True.
You confident? True.
True.
True is correct. 3 for 3. First one on the day that went 3 for 3. Kaylee, you want to give a shout out to your hood, your set, anything like that?
To my nephew. He's
You
right
come
here.
on, hop in
Come
there.
to my
Hop
nephew.
in there.
Who told me
Let's
to do
go.
this?
Let's go.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Chick-fil-A.
Thank you.
And he got a crispy new hat, you know what I'm saying?
Chromacopia is great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Blaze, thank you so much. That was a lot of good information. I cannot wait to hear more about it. Ashley, Angelique, it has been a pure pleasure to have you guys here. I know you have so much more that you want to share. So we're going to have you back. If you promise to come back.
Promise.
Okay. All right. I cannot wait to hear more about your powerful stories. You guys are making an impact. You're powerful. You're young. And so don't be defeated. We know we got a lot of education, right? Because there's a lot of ignorant people out there. And ignorance because they don't know. So it's our job to teach them. And we're going to do that. This show is going to change lives. So we want to thank you for watching. Staying in tune with us. I can tell you that there is hope in every heartbeat. I can't wait to see you again. See you next time. Bye.
I know the questions in your